Hi, this instructional video is about a circle and triangle, and this time it also involves a square. Awesome, huh? Let me give you a quick visual of what this is supposed to look like, and what I would like you to try is to pause the video and see if you could make some sense out of this. The ultimate goal is to find the length of the side of an equilateral triangle that circumscribes the circle. Here's what it looks like. First, a circle is inscribed in a square. So here's a square. Well, let's call it a square. Okay, and the area of that square is 2 square units. And there's a circle inside it. Circle, circle, circle. All right, it kind of looks like a circle, doesn't it? And then it says, whatever you find, there's a triangle that circumscribes this circle. So let's put it somewhat symmetrical. Here's the base of the triangle. And here's what I'm going to draw. There it is. There. Yeah, figured that out, huh? Go ahead, try it. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. First of all, if the area of the square is 2 units squared, then the area is 2, and that is going to equal the formula for the square, which is side squared. So if I solve for s by squaring both sides of the equation, that will give me the side. And it is going to be a square root of 2. So there's a square root of 2, here's a square root of 2. Those are the 2 sides that make up this square. And that's good, because if this is a square root of 2, that means the radius is half of that length. This is square root of 2, that means the diameter of the circle that fits inside is the square root of 2. So the radius is half of that. So the radius r is square root of 2 over 2. Good. I got that. So what? All right, so here's a circle. That same circle, and the radius we just said it is r is equal to square root of 2 over 2. Knowing that the entire distance, the diameter, is in fact square root of 2. All right, so now let's look at it this way. Now, let's draw a triangle with that circle that has a radius of square root of 2 over 2. And if that's the case, remember the median? This right here is square root of 2 over 2, and that is only 1/3 of the entire distance of this median from the vertex to the midpoint of that base. So since it is 1/3 of that total height, which I do not know, we're going to make that equal to square root of 2 over 2. To solve that, we're going to multiply the reciprocal of this coefficient, 3. So what the x, the total distance, the height becomes, is 3 square root of 2 over 2. And that's the height. That is the height of this whole thing. H is equal to 3 square root of 2 over 2. Yay! So what? All right. So here's what we're getting. So that means, now let's look at that triangle one more time. And now let's break that in half. First of all, it's an equilateral. So we know it's 180 degrees. And divided by 3, because equilateral also means equiangular. So that means each angle is 60 degrees. And if I cut that in half, this used to be 60, and half of that is going to be 30. And it's a perpendicular. And we know what the height is already. Remember? The height is now 3 square root of 2 over 2. And the 30-60-90 ratio says that if this is x, then this is 2x, then this is going to be square root of 3x. So if in fact that height is 3 square root of 2 over 2, and that equals that ratio, square root of 3x, all we have to do is solve for x, to find the actual value of this length. And the hypotenuse is double that. So to solve this one, we're going to multiply the reciprocal of this quotient, which is 1 over square root of 3. So in this case, x is going to equal, well, let's see, let me just write this out. 1 square root of 3 times that is going to be 3 square root of 2 over 2 square root of 3. Now, we cannot have a denominator with a radical, so we have to rationalize this quotient. And let's come over here instead. So we got 3 square root of 2 over 2 square root of 3. So we're going to multiply the square root of 3 to both sides, top and bottom. So that becomes 3 times square root of the radicand's 6. And 3 and 3, when you multiply two identical radicals, the radicand comes out as a 3 times the 2 coefficient is 6. Simplify is going to be square root of 6 over, what's that, 2? Yeah. However, that is the x. That is the x. So now we know the x. All we have to do is multiply by 2. And that'll be the missing side over here, the hypotenuse, which is this hypotenuse over here. So we're there. So let's say square root of 6 over 2 times the double the hypotenuse of that leg. 2's cancel out. So it's going to be square root of 6. And that is the side of the equilateral triangle. Did you get all that? Yeah, go get some.